coming to my kids and stuff in the off season, to being there for my wife when she has surgery, to the how's she doing, how's she not doing. I can't thank you guys enough, because this isn't just friends, this is family. It's obvious. Teams don't stay together like this. It just doesn't happen. But we did it. We did it. And everyone we added, the dynamic stayed the same. It never changed. And that says something. That says something. But again, I appreciate everything. The meals, the ride, everything. I couldn't imagine me ever doing this again for anyone. And if I, if it does ever happen, it will never be this. And I don't think it can happen, because people will get sick of me saying, well, when I was with the Rail Dogs, we did this, and we did that, and that's never good. That's never good. Yeah, well, not only no, but hell no. It's been that way. It's been that way. But you look around too, these siblings that had no idea and that got sick of going to baseball games are leading the chants for you guys. They're let's go Rail Dogs. And it's just habit. It's Savannah riding with Drew and I, and even Joanna on the way home saying, hey, what's it called whenever someone takes off from first to second after the pitcher throws the ball? And she says, steal and bunt. And I ask her all these questions, and she knows them. I can't think about that. They bought in from 1.5 and 3 to where they're at now. They're going to be athletes, and they're going to learn to play this game, softball, because of what they saw their older brothers do and their siblings do. So it's not just about you. It's been about your parents. It's been about them. It's been about me. Patience, perseverance. We can think of a lot of different things. But it would not be, this would not have happened if it wasn't for your parents. And I tell you guys that all the time. I used to tell you, go home, tell your parents thank you. Don't forget about who brought you. Don't forget about what got you here. Okay? Some of you are lucky enough to go play high school sport or college sports after high school, whatever it is. It's because your parents took you to do those things. Don't take that for granted, because there's a lot of kids your age right now that don't have that. That don't have that. So you hug their necks, you tell them thank you for everything they give you, because they're giving it to you. And you're repaying them by becoming better young men. I think over the years I've helped you become better young men. I've also taught you a few things along the way. Yes. 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 We know what happens in the dugout stays in the dugout. Right? Where's Crystal at? She's ready to throw something at me. Hey, Crystal. Yeah. So, great. I don't know. It was amazing. It was an unbelievable ride, and I can't thank Drew Rhodes enough for coming to my office 6 years ago and asking me to do it. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. He's the one that sought me out. He's the one that brought me into your lives. And
can I say something?
Not only did I gain a lot of friends, I gained a best friend in my entire world, in my entire life. I gained God kids out of this deal. Not that I'm not close with all you guys, but I gained God kids out of this deal. And he would do anything for me, and I would do anything for him. And then right behind him was Ed, being instrumental in this, and the support. It was almost like he was at the boutique, trying to get me on, trying to talk to some of the parents. And I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be here and doing it without him. And the rest of you are the parents that paid the bill and that foot it and supported it and never griped one time. Again, I thank you. I thank you very much. Evidently, my wife has something to say.
Oh, no, I was just off of your call, like, whenever Drew and them talked and stuff, and he came home and he said, hey, I think I'm gonna coach this travel team, or it's gonna be only like one night a week kind of thing. Like, what do you think? Like, I'm just trying to help them, just kind of get them started and not a big deal. And I was like, okay, fine, sure, no big deal. And then it's turned into, hey, we're doing all this, and it's great. It's been awesome. But it's funny how it started out with just, hey, just here and there, and just whenever they need me, I'm gonna go help out. So it's been a cool ride.
The last two things I'll say is the last two people I need to thank after the parents and everything, but Doc was there the first night I was there, and he was catching in for me, and I'm hitting infield and I'm hitting outfield, and I'm literally bouncing things like, where did that kid play? Where did this kid play? And I'm like hell he did. Like hell he did. And we're on bunked field, and I'm hitting fly balls. And Lane's out there catching a ball, and I'm like, that kid's going to be a ball player. He's going to be an outfielder. And then Greg and Stacy are like, hell he is. He's a middle infielder. And then the next year, he's starting center field, making diamond catches, looking like Lorenzo Kane. And we called him Lorenzo Lane, and they bought in. But Doc was there from the very beginning, and it was absolutely awesome to finish the year with him back again with me. And another person I need to thank, because he was in there right in between, was Mike Farrington. Mike Farrington did so much for this program and this team, because he was there with me through the middle. And even this last year, he ran Game Changer. He was right there with me to bounce things off my brain and listen to me. He would tell me something, and I would yell back at him, or I would say no, or this is what I'm going to do. And sometimes it would backfire, and sometimes it wouldn't. But the patience and understanding, and sometimes slowing things down a little bit, and learning to become a better coach, and not just for baseball, come from having Mike in the dugout with me for a couple years. So I thank you, buddy, and I appreciate your help. And everybody's support. I can go down the line like I do with the boys. I can look at everybody here and say thank you for certain things, but I won't do that because of time. But from all those long nights at Joplin, Brian Hansen started with us, coaching with us for a year or two, beers between the games, to baseballs. Hey, do you have baseballs? Do you need some baseballs? Carrie keeping the book, so whenever Game Changer didn't load, I could say, Carrie, what happened? I mean, I can keep going. I can keep going. But I appreciate all the help. I appreciate everything you've done. I'm saying the same things for like the 15th time, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. So, thank you guys for everything. Thank you. I think Drew doesn't really ever say much whenever I point